Yo, what's up, everybody? How you all doing today? This is just pretty much a update on how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, what the fuck going on in my life, and what I did yesterday. Because it's fucking early in the morning, and I haven't done shit today besides beat my dick and write a lot of stuff. I just write a lot of stuff. I write all the fucking time. A lot of reading and writing, my nigga. A lot of it. So that's what I'm telling you about yesterday, because it's still the morning. I, first of all, have to pee. Second of all, my day yesterday was okay. It started off slow. It started off super slow, but me and my friends made some plans to hang out that day. I got to see some niggas I haven't seen in a minute. Shout out to Ozzy. How you doing? Also hung out with my nigga Richard. That's a usual occurrence, but you know, still nice to note it. We didn't have school yesterday or today because it's fucking negative. It's negative outside, bitch. It's negative. No positive. Negative. Let me show you. Look at this shit, nigga. Look at this shit. It's on my roof. Hello, plant. Look at this shit. But yeah, school got canceled because there ain't shit to do when it's so cold outside that even your balls can catch the flu. Look. But all we really did though yesterday is we chilled, we watched anime. This nigga Anthony kept trying to say dumb shit. I don't know. Look, when we was hanging out yesterday, I got this homie named Anthony too. This nigga is the biggest hater you will ever meet in your motherfucking life. I have a homie named Avery. He's a hater, but his hating's more professional. It's like, this nigga's like a professional hater. This nigga Anthony's like a bitch. And Anthony yesterday, he comes over my house and you know, I invite him over. But like, first of all, Anthony didn't want to come over my house and hang out until he found out another person that he, I guess, apparently just likes more was going to be there. And that person is Ozzy. But everybody likes Ozzy, so fair enough, nigga. But I don't know. Is that weird? Is that weird for me to feel like that's kind of odd for a person to do? Like, I'm okay with them not liking me as much as Ozzy. But shit, it was just so, he was trying to sugarcoat it like a white person. I don't like that. I don't like that shit at all. I heard Japanese people are very wish-washy with the shit that they do. I love Japanese culture. I study a lot on it. But I heard like they're kind of wish-washy when it comes to like shit like that. And why do I bring that up? I don't fucking know. I just fucking remembered. But Anthony was like, nah, I'm good on hanging out, nigga. Then this nigga Ozzy was like, yeah, I want to hang out. And then this nigga Anthony was like, oh yeah, I guess I can hang out. And Richard was like, what, nigga? Why didn't you hang out before? He was like, cause Ozzy's coming now. Basically, in simple terms, I don't fuck with you niggas like I fuck with Ozzy. I'ma pull up. Part of it feels like you can tell when Anthony's like joking. You can tell when Anthony's joking. It's all hee hee ha ha when he's joking. it felt like he was trying to purposely get on my nerves. It felt like Anthony was trying to purposely get on my nerves for some reason. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I think Anthony was purposely trying to get on my nerves. Because, you know, it's just my perspective, and I might be being a bitch. And just... But fuck it, nigga. I'm talking with a mic in my hand, nigga. Bitch, you don't usually talk with a mic in your hand. You usually talk with a person in front of you. So, I don't give a fuck what I say. Back to what I was talking about. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. So basically about 3 days ago, we made plans to hang out. You know, let's go back 3 days ago. Let's go back 3 days ago. 3 days ago here. We're back 3 days ago right now. Richard hits the chat. Hey, nigga, look like there ain't gonna be no school tomorrow. He said, do y'all want to hang out? He was like, Anthony was like, brother, that's only if we have no school. Like, I don't want to be outside, and I don't want to hang out outside and it be all extra cold regardless of, like, I'm just like, what? But then we figure out we have no school. We figure out we have no school. So then then Richard was like, hey, so Ozzy, Anthony, y'all niggas wanna hang out now that there's no school? And this nigga Anthony said, oh, if Ozzy's coming, then hell yeah, I'm coming. And I'm like, fair enough. Because Ozzy's like a goated reason to go somewhere. So I can't be too mad at that reason. But on the other hand, Richard asked, so what about my incentive? Like, why weren't you gonna come hang out before I mentioned Ozzy? And he glided over that question. Just glided over it by pointing out a spelling mistake that Richard made. So he just glided over the question, and I was like, oh. So then after that, Richard gets into his tsundere mode, his fucking hurt mode basically, and starts basically joking with these niggas and teasing them, because he's like, hey bro, fuck you. But like, he's being super nice about it. This is the nicest I've ever seen Richard like roast somebody. He's just calling them like simple shit. He's just like saying, bro, you fucking dumb, you're a dummy, you're stupid, just like childish shit, like literally the most childish shit you can think of. Tell me why this nigga Anthony pulls out, bitch, that's why your girl left you. Nigga, huh? Nigga, what? Nigga, what? That was an escalation, wasn't it? This nigga said, you're a dummy. That nigga said, your girl left you, bitch ass nigga. Huh? Why would you say that? That was uncalled for. That's what I'm saying. I say that shit was uncalled for. Like, if anybody watched this motherfucking video and they are curious about that shit, I will show the messages, nigga. Cause I was really like, what the fuck? That's a bit of an escalation, isn't it? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Nigga said, oh my God, your shoelaces are untied. That's why your mom died last week, nigga. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, buddy. Pal. Buddy, pal, pal, bow. Pal, buddy. So then these niggas are arguing. These niggas now are arguing. And Ozzy gets looped up in the argument. But here's the thing. Ozzy gets looped up in the argument because Richard like called him like dumb. Like called him dumb. Like he like was teasing him a little bit, but he was really angry at Anthony, because Anthony was basically like, Ozzy's there, I'm going too, but if you're not there, fuck y'all niggas. So Richard calls Ozzy dumb, but he's just really playing around with Ozzy, like completely. Like he's completely playing around with Ozzy. You could tell he's playing around. Ozzy gets a little offended, you know, and says that he like that shit is like making him fucking pissed off, like it's pushing him over the edge. Sometimes he just doesn't want to hang around people that insult him and rather hang around people that support him. Honestly, I get it, nigga. I fucking get it. But then Richard apologized, and he apologized so fucking nicely. He apologized so fucking nicely, to the point where Ozzy was like, oh yeah, bro, I'm sorry. Ozzy said, I'm sorry too. I'm like, yo, progress for Richard. Progress for Richard. Free my nigga Richard. Free my nigga Richard. So, and then this nigga Anthony is like, oh my God, Richard actually was able to apologize. Oh my God, Anthony, grab my dick and sodomize. Like, bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about right now? What are you talking about, nigga? And then, okay. You see I'm pacing, nigga. You see I'm pacing up here. You see I'm thinking, motherfucker. You see I'm thinking, bitch. It's fucking knock my shit out of place. My chair is getting hot in here. So basically, this nigga Anthony gets to talking crazy shit to Richard. Like Richard saying like the most base form insults that you can say to somebody. Dummy, stupid, like just simple shit. And this nigga Anthony's coming out with, your girl left you. If this is what Leslie had to deal with, no wonder she left you. And then he gets to talking like, bro, this one's just honesty. And Richard, fair enough on this one. He said his fucking breath stunk that day too. Like he was just on his ass. He was on his fucking ass. I thought the breath stink thing was kind of funny. I was like, that's kind of funny. But he was on his ass. The point is, it was basically like this nigga Richard threw like a tennis ball at this nigga Anthony, and he just pulled out a fucking semi-automatic fucking whatever weapon and for what, nigga? For what? For what, nigga? So me being who I am, I scroll through this and I see the whole conversation. I seen it all go down and whatever I'm seeing. I'm like, yo, this nigga Anthony saying crazy shit about Richard girl right now. About his ex-girl. Which is all of our friend. So, yeah, that's awkward. That's another story. So, basically, I tell this nigga Anthony, hey, Brody. That's a nice way to explain it. I'm not gonna lie. Look. Before I say what I said, let me note this. This is not the first time this nigga Anthony has made fun of this nigga Richard for not having his girl, like for not being with this girl anymore. This is not the first time. And each time he does it, you can tell Richard feels a little bit iffy about it. But, you know, he does it occasionally. So I'm like, you know what type of relationships you had, right, Anthony? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say I unloaded, but it's like I definitely like had a bag and I unzipped it and I showed him what the fuck was inside there. And I basically told the nigga, look. You talking about Richard's girl and his relationship. Bitch, the first girl that you liked, that you were trying to get with, that for a very long time, first of all, didn't even like you. She knew you liked her, and she didn't like you. Not even a little bit. And you were a fucking cuck, because she had a boyfriend at the time you're trying to get with her. So the whole time, she on the phone doing her fucking whatever with their fucking boyfriend, and you the nigga in the back going so so I'm talking about that. Like literally, this nigga simped for a girl for like years. I'm not gonna say years. I'm not so sure how long he was, but it was long enough for it to be more than months. It was long enough to be more than months. That's too long. So then I'm also like, you want to hear about your second relationship, Anthony? Because we can go there. We can go there. We can go there. We can go anywhere you want, buddy. We can. And I know you're going to watch my video, Anthony. And if you don't, hey, nigga, somebody's going to show you. Now, note, this is not me dissing one of my homies. This is me pointing out a situation that just happened to happen. Like this exactly. And then I tell him about his second relationship. Now notice, Anthony's been talking shit about Richard's one relationship. And from what I've seen, I'm like, okay, so your first relationship wasn't even a relationship, so you don't even have one to speak on the first one. And then I told him about his second one. Hey, Brody, look, the second girl that you liked was one of the homies' sloppy seconds, and she didn't even really like you either. Maybe she did, but I don't think she did, on the fact that one of her friends told me that she was trying to fuck white boys while she was with you. This is probably a terrible way to find that out, Anthony. Damn, this is probably a terrible way to find that out. So basically, I said that shit, and Anthony ain't respond. He ain't respond, but he still came over the next day. And I know you shouldn't just assume things about people, but this nigga's vibe was kind of weird yesterday. And he kept staring at me like, I don't, like, it wasn't like good. It was weird, bro. Like, it was weird. Like, it was probably because of what I said to him, right? But it's like, you can't handle a little bit of me doing this to you when you've been doing this to Richard for like weeks now. Like, it seemed like Anthony was still in his like kind of joking mode, but there's a lot of people that put jokes first before what they actually mean so they can just say what they actually mean. I feel like that's Anthony. Because when I brought up Kanye, he tried to jokingly say he didn't like Kanye, but then he was really like, I'm not a fan of Kanye. I was like, okay, then why don't you like Kanye? Like, here's the thing that really made me feel like something was definitely off. Here's what made me feel like something was definitely off in between me and him, though. When he was leaving my house, he was hugging Ozzy. And don't worry why, but he was like, oh, Ozzy, you're tripping right now, aren't you? You're tripping right now, aren't you? Start doing this to his face. Oh, you're tripping right now, aren't you? And for some reason, when he was like talking to Ozzy, like the whole time he kept talking to Ozzy, he kept going like this to me. Like looking over at me awkwardly. Like it was so fucking weird. It was so weird. But then I was like, yo, I just let everybody know. I let Richard, Ozzy know. I'm like, bro, this nigga Anthony keeps staring at me like awkwardly. Like he keeps staring at me weirdly, like awkwardly. And This nigga literally just slid right past that. Like, slid right past that and hurry up and brought up a new conversation. That's what makes me feel a little weird. Because I'm like, why does this nigga keep staring at me? He's never stared at me like this before. So why is it now that this nigga is like touching Ozzy and then that same way that he was looking at me, I've seen women look at me that way. Which sounds messed up. But hey, my words are gender equal. I will hurt your feelings or make you feel better no matter who you are. I don't care. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I promise you, I'm not trying to hurt your motherfucking feelings. I swear I'm not. But we need to be able to at least have a mature conversation about what's true or not, nigga. Because what the fuck is this? What is that? What was you staring at me? What was you, like, you just keep fucking staring at me. You just keep staring at me. It's like it was like how bitches stare at you when they want you to kiss them, but it was like the opposite of that. But he kept staring at me. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, what's wrong with you? This nigga keeps staring at me awkwardly. Oh yeah, you're tripping too, aren't you? You're tripping too, aren't you? And start doing that shit to me. No, bitch, I'm not tripping. No, nigga. No, motherfucker, I'm not tripping, nigga. You keep staring at me fucking awkwardly. And he didn't say like I'm tripping because I said he was staring at me awkwardly. He completely slid past that shit. Like the motherfucking Matrix. He slid past that shit with each other. I'm like, Anthony, so you not gonna talk about how you keep fucking staring at me, bro? It's making me feel weird, brody. And if you got something to say, let it the fuck out. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out, nigga. I don't know what you're doing, motherfucker. Let it out, nigga. Once again, I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings here. Maybe I am trying to entertain people. Maybe I am trying to... No, I'll say this. I am trying to entertain people, obviously. But I'm being 100% truthful. This is literally what just happened. And this is how I feel about it. And now I'm wondering, like, what the fuck is going on here? I know it might not sound like much to other people. But, like, when a person that doesn't usually stare at you is, like, keeps staring at you awkwardly, you're going to feel a little awkward tension there. Awkward is a feeling for a reason. Awkward is a feeling because awkward situations really do exist. Like hate or jealousy or happiness. It's all in the same bracket, nigga. You can feel awkwardness. And when I asked him about the awkwardness, he got even more awkward and just kind of slithery snake through what I was talking about. I just hit my foot. I don't care though because I can't feel it. I'm filled with adrenaline. It's all like that was his chance to like clear up any like things in my head because I'm like it was a little like he kept trying to correct me on shit too. Like why are you trying to correct me on shit, brody? Why are you trying to correct me on shit? And then each time he tried to correct me, the nigga looked stupid. Like when Ozzy got off the phone with his mother, and then Ozzy stumbled over a bunch of his words, and I was like, Ozzy, you haven't said a single complete sentence since your ass got off that phone. And Ozzy was like, yeah, you right. And Anthony was like, oh no, yes he has. Which, that's kind of like normal Anthony stuff, but this one was kind of odd. He was like, no, yes he has. He said a complete sentence. I'm like, he has? He was like, yeah, he said a complete sentence. I'm like, Ozzy. No, I asked him, I was like, I asked Anthony, I'm like, what complete sentences has he said since he's been off the phone? Then he said, "No." He said something. He was like, he said something that Ozzy had said to his mother, and I'm like, Anthony, I said he hasn't said a complete sentence since he got off the phone. Good listening skills, Anthony. And the nigga was quiet the rest of the time. And then at the end, he stares at me awkward. So, I don't know. I could definitely be tripping, but hey, I'm not gonna be the nigga that's slipping. I'm just telling you what I'm going through. Hey, Anthony, if you see my video, I love you as much as I possibly can. But nah. The awkward stares, the awkward silence, the awkward everything. It's not for me. Like, I love awkwardness, but if you can't discuss the awkwardness, then I start to hate it and I don't want to be around you. Simply. All right. Love you guys. Bye.